Hi, welcome to In the Workshop. I'm David. Join me in a second and see what we're up to. So the first job I want to do is sort some coat hooks for my daughter. So what I've got here is the tabletop that I did in a video a long time ago. The Jinx tabletop that won't glue up very good. This is made out of scaffolding boards, and it was made for my daughter. But since then I've made a better top, because this one, each of the scaffolding boards cupped quite a bit. So I've ripped it up and I'm going to use this for the coat rail or rack, whatever you like to call it. So this is going to be the rail backing, so I want it nice and chunky. I bought some cast hooks, which are quite nice and big to go on here. And we're going to make this rustic as well. We want it looking like an old rough bit of wood. I mean, it looks like a rough bit of wood now, but we'll give it a bit of a distressed job. So this is going to be fitted onto a stone wall. So it's an old stone wall, because my daughter's moved into another rented property, and there's already holes drilled in the walls and they don't want any more holes. I've got the measurements there, so I'm going to be able to use them 2 holes. I'm going to leave that cupping in there, because like I say, the stone wall is all over the place on the back that this is going on to. So that cupping might actually help a bit. So first off, we need to get this a bit more distressed than this. To distress the wood a bit, I'm going to use a flat wheel, but I was going to stick it on my grinder. I've had this grinder for many years, and I decided to buy a cordless grinder just recently. So I thought, no, I won't stick it on there. Let's see how this battery grinder does. It's only a Parkside one, so nothing super expensive. I have used it for cutting off with its cut-off disc on it. Yeah, let's see how long this lasts. I did get a 4 amp hour battery for it, because that's recommended with this. Right, so I've took the plastic guard off there, just slides around the side. That's the bottom piece. It's got cut out there to fit on there. Flap disc on, and then we can get this on. What I always try the bit with the lip, see if it'll do the disc up. If it won't, then just turn it over. Because sometimes the discs are too thin for it to be able to do that. Yeah, that's right. So as you can see, we're outside the workshop now. The workbench out here is all soaking wet because it keeps chucking it down with rain now and again. But at the minute, it's blue sky. As you can see, the leaves are falling. But we need to be out here because there's going to be a bit of dust. We'll just hack away at the wood a bit, make it look a bit more distressed. I just had to change to my 2 amp hour battery just to finish it off. So the 4 amp hour nearly did it all. Right, so we've got that about how I want it. So I just thought we'd char it a bit. Got the wood looking something like, but now I'm going to put some antique wax on there, some bry wax. That's the stuff I like to use. So this is bry wax and it's P7, I think this one is that? Yeah, P7 medium brown. I'm going to wax this before I put the hooks on because it'll be easier to do. while there's nothing on there. Then I'll mark out where the hooks go. So you just put this on and then you just leave it and let it soak in and dry for a bit. And then afterwards you can buff it up, and I buff it up with a stiff brush. Okay, this has had a bit of time soaking and dry, so we'll give it a buff up. So I'm going to use stiff brush like that for a start, and then this one to finish it off. This is just because you get some of the wax stuck in your bristles on this first one, and then I've got that one. So before I position these, I better just mark out these holes that I've got that are going to line up with the holes in the wall, to make sure that I don't put a bracket over the top of where I want to be. Okay, that's there. Square. Wasp. I don't know where it is now. So there we go, a nice chunky coat rail or coat rack. So like I say, there's holes there, there's one there and one there. So the coats go on this side and hats on this. So with that being at the top like that, that would be good for coats. And that down there won't be taking too much pulling on there. So it should be alright that way round. But yeah, that's okay. That looks pretty neat. So this is Amber, my daughter's cat. So there we are, the coat rack or coat rail, whatever you'd like to call it, all fitted there. Lovely. So now we've got that fitted, I'm going to try and set up this TIG welder. You know, get it all connected up. See how that goes. Like I say, I haven't done TIG welding before, so I've got all this gear that I've bought, you know, bought each of the things like singly. It hasn't all come together. I had to try and figure out, you know, work out what I needed, so hopefully I've got everything we need. So yeah, I'm hoping I've got everything I need here, but we shall find out. So first of all, I bought the machine itself. So as it says, it's an inverter welder. I think we got this off Amazon. So Simda inverter welder, supposed to be able to do TIG and stick, but it doesn't do aluminium TIG welding. So this came with this hose, but I bought a regulator from Static Arc. I found them on eBay. So I got this regulator and this hose from them. I think I got this argon gas from them as well, from Static Arc. But apparently these bottles, what's in here, 950 millilitres, 100 grams. I think they only last, I think I've read that they only last about half hour of welding. So might have to get hold of some more of them soon. When I bought this off Amazon, you got the gun, because a lot of them on Amazon and on eBay, such like, there's loads of TIG welders but without the torch. So I bought one that already came with the torch, so I didn't have to get one of them separately. So just to stress, this is no type of review or anything. I'm just going to try and get this set up with not knowing a lot about it. So yeah, when the torch comes, just comes like that. These are the only pieces you get. So on here, this ceramic piece on there sees a number 4, and then when I take it apart, this piece is for 2.4. So that's the size of the tungsten tips that I need to get, because it doesn't come with any. So then I ordered off the internet these tungsten tips, and I got the green ended ones because they've got different colours to depend on what you're going to be welding. So on that tip, I'm going to have to be grinding a point on the end of it, and that'll be threading through here. That'll be threading right through and out there, but with the point on. Then what I also got were some welding rods. So these are filler rods. You have to make sure you get the right ones of these. So yeah, I'm a newbie to TIG welding. I've done stick welding and MIG welding, but not TIG welding. Right, let's just put them together for a minute, because what I want to do is figure out these gas pipes, this for the argon. Because like I say, this comes with this size pipe. My regulator comes with this diameter pipe. So what I've done, I bought a reducer there. Bought that on eBay, I think it was. So it steps this down to this size. So the inside diameter of this, I think, is 8mm. And I've stepped it down to, is it to 6 or to 5 or something on this one. So I think I'm going to use this pipe, and I'll just use a bit of this pipe. I had to keep this one because on this regulator it's just one of the plug-in, so that's just going to plug into there, and it's got one of them locking mechanisms there. So I'll push that into there, make sure it locks. That's good. Now I can get this argon gas. I think you can get these. Not sure if the adapters are all the same. They probably are, because I think you can get little tanks of this from Machine Mart and from Screwfix and places like that. So I've got that regulator off. Whoa, what happened there? Well, that shoots out the back of there, out of that little hole. Wonder why it does that. Maybe I should have this turned up. Let's see what happens then. That sounds very leaky around there. So yeah, wiggling this about leaks gas out of here, even with this done up. Okay, we're finally there. What I had to do was use some insulation tape and rip it down the middle and wrap it round, because there's a massive step from the sort of the barb bits on the front of the adapter there that you push onto. It's a big drop down to just the cylindrical piece behind it. So the pipe is going a massive way, you know. This pipe seems unsuitable for that connection. But wrapping it a load of times until I got it to the same size as the front piece with this seems to have worked. So now it doesn't leak. Let's connect this earth lead up first. So the earth lead on this goes to the positive side. So not like a normal stick welder where this would be the negative terminal. This is positive on there. So that goes into there. And then we connect the torch up. So it's self-explanatory where these go. Oh yeah, I think this is a left-hand thread, is it? No, right-hand thread. Put that on there. And then this one goes in the middle. There we go. And then on this one, on this welder, it's just got arc there at the top for arc welding, TIG there. This, I think, is the gas delay. So after you've welded, done a weld, you're supposed to hold it there for a while so that the gas is still there while the weld's cooling down a bit, and that's how much the delay is after you stop welding, I think. And then this is the current, obviously for the thickness of material we're doing. Right, now we can get it in the welding cupboard. Actually, saying that, we don't want it in the cupboard. We want the welder out here. Just want the clamp and the torch at the cupboard. So this is the socket that I've put in especially for this welder. Hopefully it won't trip out. Right, one thing I'm going to have to do before I can do a quick test is take this tungsten electrode out and grind a point on it. Right, I'm going to use just a rough grinder for this. Don't want to put any grooves on my sharpening grinder. I think that bag nearly needs emptying. Stuck halfway through the workshop. What I'm going to do, I've seen on some videos that when you sharpen this, obviously don't shove it in your grinder that way because it could snatch it, and don't grind it sideways on because you want any little surface scratches to go towards the tip so that the arc will follow them scratches instead of trying to go sideways and all over the place. So I'm grinding it that way on, so putting it that way on the grinder. Okay, I've sharpened that up, so hopefully it'll be alright. Push that into there, and I think you have it, how far out? I think it's like about 1/4 of an inch or something. But all I'm going to do now is just fire it up. I'm not going to try and do any great welds. Well, I've got to hope that one day I can do some great welds with it. Turn this down to 1 on the gas. See if that's just a second delay. Yeah. Right, that'll do. We've got 2 bits to try and weld together. I do know that when you TIG weld, you need your pieces to be really clean, so I've cleaned them up where they're going to get welded. Got the fire blanket on the floor. Well, that wasn't a very good start. It tripped my switch straight away. But the switch on the back of this, the power switch, seems to be stuck now, look. So I think it's this switch has gone dodgy. So I'll have to look at that sometime. So now I've just had to switch it on straight off the plug socket that I've got up there. All I want to do is just have a quick play and see what happens. And then I'll do later on I'll do a proper video of trying to learn how to do all sorts of welding with it, and take a better look at the machine and the specs and everything. So I think, as far as I know, you can tack together with this without using filler rod. Let's have a see if it'll do it, unless that's just really thin little stuff. It could be. Let's try. Let's put some gloves on, that might be a good idea. Let's tack that together. What am I on the current? 117 on the current at the minute. With flux core MIG welding, you go backwards, you drag because of the slag. With stick welding, you drag when the slag. But from what I've seen, people go forward with these and then feed this in while they're going forward. Feed the filler rod in as they're going forward. So let's have a go. That's actually tacked. A big lump of weld there, but it's got like air hole there. I don't know if I've got too much gas or not enough. Let's just try and do a weld along here. Well, I did a weld along there. Actually, we'll leave it there because we'll find out all these things when I do the video of trying to learn how to TIG weld. So at least we know that it's working. It's not tripping the electric out, which is good. I've got that button to have a look at. So I'll get this packed away now. I think that'll do for this video. Yeah, in a future video I will be trying to teach myself how to TIG weld properly and get all this set up a bit better and hopefully get some better results. And we'll look at the machine a bit more. But yeah, that's it for now. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time in the workshop. Take care.